Okay, bye. Bye.
What's Kaylee doing?
Going to summer camp.
Oh, I have summer camp.
She loves it.
You have 5 minutes.
You have 5 minutes?
You have to play.
That sucks.
Didn't come over.
Around 8:45, 8:50.
No, we're going to retail row.
Retail? Okay. Is it really already 8:40, bro?
Yeah,
Dang.
I guess. It's 8:40. Damn, why is it so early?
I woke up at 7. I don't know how.
I woke up at 6. I woke up at 6.
Dang.
I know. I'm crazy. I'm crazy, man.
Oh, hell no.
Hell no. Nah, nah, nah.
Okay, this is where I die.
The day I die. The dance. The day I die. No, don't shoot him. Don't shoot my partner. Don't you dare. Come here, boy. Shoot him.
Watch out, he's hiding under the stairs. He's hiding under the stairs. He just took some minis. No!
Hell no.
Young bull.
Come here, boy. Oh, shot him for 70.
He's good, bro.
Useful life hack videos out there. This is not one of them. Useless life hack. Or, I mean, who knows? Maybe some of these could be useful.
Let's
Make your
go.
own tricky jigsaw puzzle by shredding unwanted family photos. Unwanted. You know, if you got into a fight with Aunt Margaret over Thanksgiving, take y'all's pictures, shred them up. You got yourself a custom puzzle. Like that. Having a Halloween party, add a pair of googly eyes to a tampon to make it a ghost. Make a few and string them up on the night. They'll be the talking point of the party. A scary idea. It's mad. It's just scary because you hanging up tampons as ghosts. Everybody gonna be talking about how you went nasty. Yeah, let me make tampon ghosts with little googly eyes. You could have just bought a string of ghosts from the dollar store. No, you're gonna
2 chests.
And then really open
Okay,
it up. Put
whatever.
some eyes on it. You can even get creative and put some bloody ghosts in there. It would be
Right here.
extra spooky. Y'all nasty. Do you
Battle
have
ball.
a hole in your sock?
Okay.
Specifically on your nail?
You get one, I get one, okay?
I'll get the one on the top.
That you have a hole in your
I'll
sock.
get the one on the bottom.
Nothing to see here. Just a regular black sock. No holes, nothing.
Ooh, got some minis. Blue, green AR.
Oh, dang, that sucks, bro.
Oh, I got a green AR.
God, it saves you so
Oh,
much
RPG, that's pretty good.
Have your breakfast.
Not for the first gun, bro. For the first gun, it sucks ass.
Toothpaste on her burger. 'Cause ain't nobody else had a brush their teeth.
How's that metal? How's it hot air balloon in metal?
Steal his wallet. Don't even kiss him. Just run.
Come here.
Why kiss a boy when you can take his wallet?
Whoa!
If you're up
Way too close to dying. Right here. Right here, your best gun.
solution with coffee for
Come down here.
pick me up. Life
Oh, nice.
The best gun.
Do not try this at home. Yeah, why drink coffee through your mouth when you can just absorb it with your eyes? You know the thing that needs to stay awake? Yo, wild. Don't have a
Oh, that was cool to shift to kill some people.
ketchup instead. Yeah, I mean a bookmark it just might fall out. If you bend the page, it might get unbent. You know, the only real way of making sure
Do you hear somebody?
that you will remember
No.
where you last finished reading is
Okay.
wording some text.
Trying to pump.
Thank you.
Action.
Okay, Lord help me
What?
with these life hacks. Turn off the
Finally got
plastic
something
bottles
good.
you have laying around into fancy orange holders. Ooh, I got a couple of these right now.
Ooh.
Who knew? Life hacks. Instead of doing
Ooh,
the
tra-la-la.
dishes, print out a picture of a clean sink and place it on top of the dirty dishes. Oh look, you can almost not see
What, 5 minutes?
dishes under there. It just
Green
covers
tack?
it almost
Ooh.
perfectly. Now
Oh,
every time
nice.
you walk past that sink and take a quick glance, it's like there's nothing in
Green.
there. Just
No, score. Score, this is fake. This is fake.
Here, show me.
Look. Serious. Look at this. Look at my hands. This is not
Nice,
fake.
dude.
No, it's even purple. That's even good. Yo, this is lit, bro.
What is lit?
Wait, when you get the when you get the lights on the Omega, you can find all purple stuff. All the
Oh
purple
my
lights.
god, yeah.
That would be so cool. I know, I told you I have some ideas for the Omega skin. Yo, we can do Jason. We can do Jason. Remember Jason? Like, there's 3 people, and then some people died. You know that? Yo, we should do that in Fortnite and Playground. So, someone has to be the creepy guy. Someone has to be something creepy. And then, like Jason has the weapon. Not like Jason, but you know this game, like Jason stuff? Not like
Yeah.
Jason, my friend, but it's like this in the game. And,
Jason Voorhees,
yeah, so
the oldest.
So the 3 people have to be noobs. The one person who's Jason Voorhees,
Yeah, watch that.
he finds a gun. Yeah, he finds a gun. Only one gun. And then he comes out to find people and kill them. We can go anywhere, but we have to go in the same place. We cannot leave the thing.
Yo, dude,
That's
can
the
you
fun.
hold a mini for me?
Oh yeah, I have 1 mini.
Now you got 2.
Okay. Come on, let's go. Yo, I have a scar. I have a green pump. I have my green tack. Do you have a gray tack?
Yeah.
Do you want my green tack?
Yeah.
Since I have a scar, can I have your gray tack?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. I like giving people stuff. Oh, shit. Okay.
Wash a mushroom container. It makes a handy place for loose change. What the hell? This is so ratchet. You know those things they
Watch out so you don't get sniped, because people always snipe here in the ravine. Take the right, take the right.
Take a right, take a right. Always jump. If they snipe you, if you hear a snipe, just build, build. It doesn't matter if they're near you, just freaking build. Cause there might be around you that might walk here.
How much ammo do you have? Can I get this broken house?
Yeah. So for my ammo for the scar, for the ammo for the scar, 96. For the ammo for my pump.
Ooh, nice, bro.
What did you
I got a
get?
chug jug.
Oh, you have it.
I don't know. Should I?
I will have the rocket launcher. I'll carry it.
I'm looking to what I want to get rid of for the RPG. Let's just drink it.
Go do this. So don't snipe you. I want the. Come on, let's go. Ow. Come on, let's go. 5 more minutes, mommy.
People to the right, I think.
Yeah, supply drop.
If it's a scar, could I have it?
Yeah. If it's golden scar, can I have it? You have my purple scar.
Of course it's gonna be a golden scar because everything's gold.
Yo, wait, why are you doing that?
Can I open it? I have to do the current challenge.
Open this.
Can I have all your heavy ammo? No, bro, don't. Oh my gosh.
Keep it there. Keep. You can open it, okay?
Can I have all your heavy ammo?
I only have 8, so I'll give you 2.
No, not that. Like sniper ammo.
Wait, hold on. I don't have any sniper ammo. No.
Bro, stop.
Yo, I'm not gonna steal the stuff. I saw it. Oh, stop. Whoa, heavy! Oh my god.
You can have this chug.
Why? Screw minis. You die. I'm not gonna play it.
My grandchildren always call it Granny cereal. Granny cereal? More like Granny shit reel. Who's trying to eat cornflakes, Raisin Bran, and Fruit Loops at the same time? Not Helen, I don't want it. If you're short of space when exercising indoors, simply cut the rope off your skipping rope and just use the
Don't go there.
Wow.
You might die and lose your heavy.
Your jumping rope, just cut off the rope. So it's just ransom.
Hell no.
What is the point? I might as well just use my hands and pretend I'm jumping rope, right? I'm not very curvy, and I have no hips.
I thought it was chest, bro. You got the supply drop.
Okay, you can have it.
Yo, can you guard me?
Instant curves. Yo, what kind of life hack is this? Yo, wearing pads on your hips to make it
Ooh.
look like you have hips?
What?
Fab tip.
I'll carry these minis.
I gotta.
Like Shakira
What?
now. If you're hosting
You carry the minis.
and don't have a lot of cash, big
Oh shit.
alternative
Hold on.
after dinner
Hurry up.
simply freeze a tube of
We need to get out of Blue Lake because there's
Where
a
are
lot
you,
of
bro?
people.
I'm going to the middle of loop.
your very own treat.
Oh my god.
And leave your guests with
Why? We're gonna die now. I'm gonna die because I'm out in the open. Come on, bro. Why?
$2K. I'm pretty sure that's not
Yep, I'm getting sniped.
so ratchet.
I am too.
For navigation, don't panic.
Yep, they're trying to snipe me because I have a score.
Before you
Yo,
leave,
material. Let me.
on a
Don't stand there. I'm not gonna
Starting
revive
in
you.
the left direction at the line, you can peel it off.
What?
Cheap and easy. Wow. Carly says this is a wicked idea.
Go, go, go! Oh my god, Eric.
As I like to plan my own
Freaking popcorn or something?
This is ideal. What year is this?
Come
Back in
on.
the day,
What
we
is
had
this?
map quests. We had to print out the routes before we go anywhere and read them as we drive. New shoes are guaranteed to slip on the floor on a night out. So save your blushes by carrying a small potato in your bag. So every few
I
hours,
know.
take that small potato and rub it on the soles of your shoes, and the starch in the sponge will stop you slipping. So you make sure you don't slip. Well, I mean, girls carry so much shit in their bag already. What's a potato? I mean, some girls got some.
Oh my god.
But a
You just broke the
potato.
chest.
Anyway, that's all for today.
I know, my dumb.
Video, comment below if you would
I don't want to go to stupid summer school, Daddy.
If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And subscribe to the Wolfpack. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
Yo, you want to camp there? Sir? Nothing. Not my air. I'm talking to him. Why are you sniping? This kid.
I have no more ammo, bro.
Anything different about me
No more
today?
ammo?
I can't tell this highlight or is just greasy. This is the first day of But anyway, today we're gonna be checking out some dumb people. Ice cream and
Wait, shoot to the side.
steroid-free. Ice cream and what?
I'm gonna push up. Let's push up. Do you have mats?
No, I have 21 match.
Oh my god. Collect some mats.
Just go match.
Rest in peace. There's the reason that Mod thinks Fontanella. His 66 is looking at it. Afraid she didn't actually get it. Somebody told her right after she posted it. I am gagging looking at this.
Yeah, just go.
Showed up at my nana's with a warrant
9 match.
for arrest for non-payment of child support. She got his ashes and handed it to them.
Why are we pushing?
Damn, don't they know he's dead? Grandpa, he under arrest for not paying child support. Grandpa's dead. What if he got kids that y'all don't know about? He's dead now. He got
Yo,
baby daddy.
look at them.
July on the 6th.
Look. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hey, good luck, Boo. Say it again.
We're dead.
Okay.
Like Channing Tatum all the time. People stop me in the street and ask me if I'm him. Scream his name, but I just don't see it. Bye, bitch.
I have to go to stupid summer school.
How in any way, shape, or form? The only
Eric,
thing
I have to go to summer school.
Nothing.
Okay.
This kid.
I'll see you when I get back.
See ya.
And then he just wants to live
Bye.
on the rest of his life. Like, oh my god, everybody tell me it looks just like Channing Tatum. Life feels so long, it goes from A to Z. Do me a favor and don't look at your keyboard. But there's A to Z, and if you take the long way. Did they come up with 911 as the police number after 9/11? Bitch, really? So what did people used to call before that? Nah, it's just coincidence.
unstoppable. But even movies that are packed with stars and helmed by some of the biggest directors working today aren't safe from a few scenes getting left on the cutting room floor. If you enjoy this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to be notified when we upload fresh content.
All right, hey. All right, good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow.
Most consider Iron Man as the movie that started it all. The Robert Downey Jr.-led sensation awakened fans and studios alike to the possibilities of what these movies could be. With barely any script, it was also almost entirely improvised, so it makes sense that not everything would end up in the final cut. For instance, one deleted scene shows Tony and Yinsen still held in captivity. To bide their time, they play a game of backgammon and spar for intellectual superiority. The conversation remained in the movie, but the backgammon game was removed, probably because it made their situation look a little too relaxed. Another Iron Man cut takes place before Tony reveals to the world that he is actually Iron Man. Because he needs to travel to the Middle East to save a village from terrorists, he plans an elaborate party in Dubai and makes his exit during the fireworks. This was cut for continuity, seeing as how the suit can fly. It makes the whole thing a classic Tony Stark move, but a little unnecessary. In the second Iron Man, we have an extended scene in which Pepper Potts spots Agent Phil Coulson during the Senate committee sequence. During Sam Rockwell's speech, first Tony and then Phil recommend the same hot dog place to Pepper, Ben's Chili Bowl. While a chili dog sounds delicious and it makes for a funny bit, we're guessing this was shortened for time. In Iron Man 3, we have a scene where Harley's bully EJ sees Tony at his worst and then snowmobiles away laughing. Later in a life-threatening situation, Tony goes out of his way to rescue EJ, further proving that he is a hero. Iron Man 3 was already over 2 hours long, and only essential scenes that drove the plot forward were kept in out of necessity. After Maya Hansen is shot, she crawls too close to a volatile Extremis plant in an attempt to forward vital information about Extremis to Tony before the plant explodes, taking her with it. While a selfless sacrifice, ultimately this scene proves unnecessary. Moving on to the Incredible Hulk. In an alternate opening scene, we see Bruce Banner high up in the snow-covered mountain range. Out of hope of ever freeing himself from the Hulk, he takes out a gun and attempts to end his life. Fortunately, the Hulk intervenes. It's assumed this scene was just too depressing for the opening of the film, as it was geared at families after all. Another one from the same film involves a scene where Bruce has to deliver some pizzas to a couple of different groups of college students. The first is a group of mathematicians, and the second involves a run-in with a couple of sorority girls, who give Bruce the chance to say his classic line. We're not sure why this one was cut, but it probably wouldn't have added much to the final film. When Thor opened in theaters, audiences couldn't get enough of the moment in which he throws down his coffee mug and shouts, "Another." While in this scene, we see him do almost the same thing. He smashes a wine glass into a fire and calls for another before we see Thor and Loki as adults for the first time. And they have a little back and forth. While it's a nice introduction, we get the same amount of context from the scene that was chosen for the final version. Later in the movie on Earth, when a building has been blown up and Selvig dangerously injured, Thor saves his life using Asgardian technology. It's a heartwarming scene that shows how noble Thor actually is, but ultimately probably didn't work in the movie's flow of action. Thor also had an alternate ending which attempted to wrap up the characters neatly. We see Selvig back in the lab, and there is a hint at his use of some sword data, as well as S.H.I.E.L.D. records. We also see Jane and Darcy start up a beacon that they hope will help Thor find them again. While S.W.O.R.D. would have thrilled hardcore comic fans, the ending they chose does a better job of setting up Thor 2, which was definitely a priority for the studio. In Thor the Dark World, a scene was cut that showed Thor's mother talking to Loki, and a following conversation in which she expresses compassion for her wayward son as any mother would. She loves him despite his evil behavior, and it's a beautiful scene for both of them. It's a bit mysterious as to why this one was cut. It would have added some nice character dimension to both of them. This scene is one that's pretty much identical to the one that made it into the film, except instead of Loki actually turning into Captain America, giving Chris Evans a pretty awesome cameo, he simply takes on the outfit, S.H.I.E.L.D. included, and tries his hand at an American accent. It definitely made sense for Chris Evans to end up in the final cut, but seeing Loki in the Captain's costume is pretty fun. The most recent and most beloved of the Thor movies was Thor Ragnarok, directed by Taika Waititi. In this deleted scene, Grandmaster sends Loki and Valkyrie to find Thor and the Hulk by waving them away with his hand. When they don't understand, a hilarious exchange between Grandmaster and Topaz about universal hand gestures follow. While it was probably cut for time, it is worth watching in its entirety. On their way to Asgard, Thor and Bruce Banner talk about the deaths of their fathers. Over a bowl of what Bruce believes to be noodles. Thor laments about the loss of his hammer, which leads Bruce to compare the god of thunder with the elephant Dumbo. Thor, of course, misunderstands, and it turns out that Bruce has been eating the very long tail of an extremely unappealing bug creature. Again, cut for time, but it is a scene that is beyond worth watching. In Captain America the First Avenger, a scene was cut in which Steve Rogers decides that he has retired from the press circuit and has a medal given to him by Colonel Phillips, while Howard Stark shows some hesitance to believe the captain about the Hydra explosive. All in all, the pace of the film was probably better off without this scene, and there was enough existing content to make up for it. In another scene, Steve is seen watching...
I gotta go! I gotta go! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Welcome to Strike Force. You are an elite battle squad assembled to defend Earth. This is who we're up against. The alien warlord Ultimus and his Kree soldiers who have joined forces with Hydra and AIM. Now, I know some of you aren't used to fighting side by side with each other, but the world needs you to put aside your feuds and stand together. Let me show you what to expect. Any questions? I am Groot. Any other questions? All right, it's go time. Now get out there and save the world.
unrealistic to make a film about a war with no casualties, no price to pay.
That dude there. I need his prosthetic leg. His leg? Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is similar to Deadpool in that the movie feels a little bit like a world of its own. It shook up the MCU a little upon its release. One thing that's missing, however, is more shared screen time between Gamora and Nebula, though that wasn't always the case. This deleted scene has the two sisters confront one another, discuss their family, and do a little fighting. Like most deleted Marvel scenes, it seems like this one was sacrificed for a 2-hour runtime. This short deleted scene between John C. Reilly's Roman Day and Peter Serafinovic's Denarian Saul was another moment of comedy in an already hilarious film. Day can't get his clothing to light up properly, and the two figure out where to send the Guardians. While it is funny, the overall edit doesn't suffer the loss of this scene. Black Panther only had a couple of scenes that didn't make it to the final cut. In this one, T'Challa recalled when T'Chaka gave him the title of Black Panther while he was still king. Zuri tells him that the reason is because T'Chaka had become too fat to wear the suit. While it's a great moment between the two, it didn't really help in moving the story forward. Before T'Challa has to make his address to the United Nations, he meets Everett Ross. Everett asks T'Challa not to reveal the true wealth and power of Wakanda to the world, and T'Challa tells him that he won't allow fear to guide him anymore. Ross relents and attempts to wish T'Challa good luck in Wakandan, but accidentally wishes him good luck and many shoelaces instead.
Hey, could you hold this for a second? Thanks. Hey, does anybody fight?
In Spider-Man Homecoming, a scene with Marissa Tomei as Aunt May was left on the cutting room floor, in which Aunt May ended up saving a little girl who was in distress, leading us to wonder if Aunt May imparted her senses of ethics and selflessness onto her nephew. It added dimension to their relationship, and Tomei has come out to say that she was quite disappointed this great scene didn't make it into the final film.
Dummy. Hi, Dummy. How did you get that cap on your head?
Well, there they are. All of the best Marvel moments that never made it to the screen. What did you think of these scenes? Should any of them been left? Do you know any other amazing scenes that were cut? Let us know in the comments, and while you're down there, subscribe to Screen Rant for more great videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the movies.
Go to medical school today.
So Avengers Infinity War is out, and there are some great scenes of very powerful heroes, like Thor, Doctor Strange, and Scarlet Witch. You see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But that got me thinking, who is the most powerful Avenger? Who is the most powerful Guardian? Who is the most powerful hero in the MCU? That's what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to rank all 30 heroes in the MCU. Let's get started. Now, in order to be included as a hero on this list, there are a couple of rules that we got to follow. First off, we're just including heroes from the movies. So as great as the Defenders are, or Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they won't be included on this list, because that would just take way too long. It's already going to be as long as it is. Secondly, the hero has to be an official member of a team, like the Avengers, Guardians, or the Revengers, or have appeared in 2 or more movies. We'll also be using the powers that we last saw them have. So a lot of these will be taken directly from Infinity War. So that means obviously spoilers from the movie. And this will all be based upon feats, or they've actually done in the movies. Those are the rules. So let's get started. Starting off the list with M'Baku. Now, even though M'Baku is easily one of my favorite characters in Black Panther, he doesn't have a very impressive record fight-wise. He's also T'Challa in the Ritual Crew, even though he did get some good hits in. And other than that, we've just seen him fighting against fodder, like aliens or the Border Tribe. Plus, it doesn't help that the Jabari don't use Vibranium technology like everyone else in Wakanda, and instead follow the old ways. So M'Baku is a great character, but the weakest hero. And don't you dare come at me and say that M'Baku isn't a true hero. He 100% is. For starters, he challenged T'Challa for the throne because he didn't think Wakanda was going down the right path. And even though he was going up against the main hero, he did it because he believed he was acting in Wakanda's best interest. Then when he discovered that T'Challa barely hanging on to life, he did everything he could to save his life, even though he could use it as an opportunity to seize the throne. Then when Nakia, Shuri, Ramonda, and Ross showed up, they literally offered M'Baku the heart-shaped herb, and essentially the throne of Wakanda. So everything that he wanted at the beginning of the movie, he bows out, and instead hands it over to T'Challa. He then goes on to protect T'Challa's mother, and shows up with the Jabari tribe to fight with the Black Panther and help save Wakanda. And does the same thing again in the Avengers Infinity War. He is 100% a hero.
You cannot talk. One more word, and I will leave you to my story. I'm kidding. We are vegetarians.
Coming in next is Shuri, Black Panther's sister. She's arguably the least skilled fighter on this list. But on the reverse side, is arguably the smartest character in the MCU. Her blasters are extremely powerful, as they were able to take out members of the Border Tribe and hurt both Killmonger and Corvus Glaive. But Killmonger and Corvus were able to power through and get to Shuri. At the end of the day, she's got great tech, but it's her lack of fighting skills and really lack of experience in battle that hurts her.
And what are these?
The real question is,
Nebula. Nebula is a cybernetic assassin, daughter of Thanos and the sister of Gamora. But she really hasn't done anything extremely impressive. She said that as children, Thanos would make her and Gamora fight. And yet Nebula was never able to win once, even with her cybernetic enhancements. She loses again to Gamora in the first Guardians. And the only reason that she's able to take anyone down in Guardians 2 is by the element of surprise, as she shoots Yondu from behind and takes down Gamora when she was trying to help her. Nebula's durability and healing factor are her greatest assets. But overall, she just hasn't proven herself to be the best fighter.
I assure you, I'm not as easy to mark as an old man without his magic stick or a talking woodland beast.
Hawkeye. Oh, good old Clint. You gotta love him. After all, he's decided that he's gonna use a bow and arrow, a medieval and archaic weapon, even though he knows there's better, more powerful stuff out there. Now, Hawkeye isn't really the best fighter, as he's lost almost every hand-to-hand fight that he's been in, even being taken down by Black Widow and Avengers while she was holding back and he was trying to kill her. And while it looked like he had the upper hand in their fight in Civil War, they were joking throughout it, and it wasn't really conclusive because Wanda interfered. Hawkeye's greatest asset is his unparalleled accuracy and his trick arrows. But as Loki and Black Panther have shown us, they can be caught. Of course, Clint is smart enough to use explosives, but even with that, he just really isn't the strongest hero.
Clearly retirement doesn't suit you. Got tired of shooting golf?
Well, I played 18, shot 18. Just can't seem to miss.
Rocket Raccoon. Here is one of my all-time favorite Guardians, and really, heroes in the MCU. I freaking love Rocket with his sarcastic humor, and even though he's got a tough exterior, he really does care about his friends and family. Plus, he carries around some of the most powerful weapons in the MCU, and is also a genius when it comes to getting destructive weapons on the fly. He's an expert planner, as seen when he takes out most of the Ravagers, but what's really holding him back is that he is exceptionally strong or tough, and isn't really a hand-to-hand fighter. If someone can get past his weapons, well then they can easily take him down.
I live for the simple things. Like how much this is gonna be.
Next up we got Black Widow. Natasha is a skilled fighter, as she's been able to easily defeat Chitauri aliens, Hydra agents, and Ultron robots. She's defeated Hawkeye, and fought against Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, Ant-Man, and Winter Soldier. Her Widow bites can cause some serious damage, and even held back Black Panther, and she's incredibly accurate with her pistols. However, Widow is just an expert assassin, and a normal human, so there's really only so high that you can get on this list.
Look, I really don't want to hurt you. I wouldn't stress about it.
Okoye. Okoye is a freaking badass, and one of the greatest warriors that Wakanda has. However, we've mostly just seen her fighting against unnamed armies, and really the only important person she fought against was Killmonger, which was 4-on-1, and they all lost. Well, I guess she also fought against Proxima Midnight too, so we gotta include that. I would actually put her and Black Widow around the same in terms of fighting skill, and I could see either one of them winning. Well, here's Okoye. The edge, though, is her access to Wakanda technology. Her vibranium spear is surprisingly powerful, and she's incredibly skilled with it. And that weapon should allow her to take down powerful threats.
For Wakanda. Without question.
Korg. I love Korg. I absolutely love him. I mean, who doesn't? He was one of the best parts of Thor Ragnarok after all. Now, Korg is a being made completely out of rocks, so you'd think that he would make him really tough. But it's actually debatable how tough that rock actually is, since another member of its race was destroyed by Thor with one strike from Mjolnir. However, it's safe to say that Korg is tougher than a normal human. But what is really going for him is his fighting experience. He was a gladiator in the Grandmaster's arena, and since we know that killing is allowed inside the arena, it's safe to say that Korg was able to hold his own.
Piss off, Ghost!
He's freaking gone. Drax. Now, Drax is strong and incredibly tough. So why is he ranked so low? Well, he just charges into situations. He doesn't think at all. He charged Roman twice and was killed both times. He didn't think and jumped head first into a giant monster and would have been killed if he had been alone. Then he did pretty much nothing against him, which was particularly embarrassing since he spent years talking about how he was going to kill the Mad Titan. He's tough, but he's not very smart and hasn't shown exceptional fighting skills.
It's just a metaphor, dude. His people are completely literal. Metaphors are gonna go over his head.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I wouldn't catch it.
Winter Soldier. Bucky is the man. And as the Winter Soldier, he's an absolute beast. He made Cap really work for a victory in Winter Soldier, and has beat Black Widow, Sharon, Falcon, Tony, and put up a good fight against Black Panther. However, I would actually argue that Bucky is weaker when he isn't mind controlled.
I gotta go! No!
You actually mean, brother.
No,
brother.
Welcome to Strike.
Brother.
You are an elite battle squad assembled to defend Earth. This is who we're
I need
up
ammo.
against. The alien warlord Ultimus and his Kree soldiers who have joined forces with Hydra and AIM. Now, I know some of you aren't used to fighting side by side with each other, but the world needs you to put aside your feuds and stand together. Let me show you what to expect.
Oh, shit.
Any questions? Any other questions? All right, it's go time. Now get out there and save the world.
Need ammo. Have some ammo. my.
Initial fight with Iron Man.
How does it?
Or what he does right now is great.
Oh my god.
This isn't a bad ball at all for Bucky. Falcon.
Nani.
Oh, Falcon. This guy was one of the hardest ones to place on this list. Because in terms of hand-to-hand skill, he's not particularly exceptional. But he never claimed to be a great fighter. Falcon's whole thing is his suit and the ability to fly. Now, if this was Winter Soldier, well, then Falcon would be a whole lot lower on this list, even with the wings. But ever since he became an Avenger, he received a major upgrade. He was able to hold his own against Iron Man, the War Machine, in the air during Civil War, and you could actually argue that he was able to defeat Spider-Man using this tech. Then in an Infinity War, he received another massive upgrade. He was able to help War Machine blow up those spinning wheels of death. Plus, Sam is incredibly agile in the air. And I would argue
Okay.
Say left. Come on!
Mantis. And here we have another character who is surprisingly hard to place. Mantis. She isn't a fighter at all, is rather naive, is essentially a big child. But she has one of the best powers in the entire MCU. Her control of empathy is something to behold, as she is able to put ego to sleep.
FaceTime Gavin.
Which one? Making a FaceTime call to Gavin M.
And even momentarily strain the Thanos with forward minutes. Plus, all she has to do is touch someone, and she can instantly control them. Like when she put Drax to sleep with one touch in Infinity War. However, what holds her back is that she just isn't a fighter. Has absolutely no fighting skill whatsoever.
You feel
Yeah, I guess, I feel a general unselfish love for just about everything.
no romantic, sexual love.
No, I don't.
For her.
No, that is not... Okay.
She just told everyone your deepest, darkest secret.
Star-Lord. Before Infinity War, I would have put Star-Lord a lot lower on this list, excluding the time where he essentially became God in Guardians 2. He just never really wowed me in terms of fighting skill. But then came Infinity War, and really, that one scene in particular, where him, Mantis, and Drax fight against Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. Drax is instantly taken down by the Cloak of Levitation. Mantis doesn't do a thing. And it's all up to Star-Lord to fight against both Iron Man and Spider-Man. And Peter does a surprisingly good job. He's agile, constantly flying around, and using unique and powerful tech to momentarily incapacitate both of these heroes. He even ends the fight by holding Peter prisoner. That really surprised me, and is the reason why he made it to this spot.
Star-Lord,
Gamora. Gamora is known as one of the most dangerous women in the universe in the comics for a reason. However, here in the MCU, she doesn't really live up to that name necessarily. She's beat Nebula in every single fight that they had, except for one. And there you can say Nebula caught her by surprise. She was able to battle against Star-Lord, Rocket, and Groot. It was also the one assigned to defeat and kill the giant monster at the beginning of Guardians. But really, at the end of the day, she just hasn't done enough stuff to justify moving up further on this list.
Or you dance. Really? On my planet, there's a legend like that. It's called Footloose. And in it, a great hero named Kevin Bacon teaches an entire city full of people with sticks up their butts that dancing is the greatest thing there is.
Who put the sticks up there?
What the hell? It's brains.
Yondu. Good old Yondu. The surprise hit of Guardians 2 in the MCU's Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
He hasn't really shown he is much of a hand-to-hand fighter. That's no problem for Yondu, considering he's got one of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy, the Yaka arrow. By simply whistling, he has the entire ship around him. Rocket and Groot helped out some, but it mostly then Yondu went on to catch the arrow on fire with a dart. It allowed him to fly, and held that ego. However, if you're able to take down this thing, well, then Yondu is pretty easy to defeat.
What's that?
He says, welcome to the frickin' Guardians of the Galaxy. Only he didn't use frickin'.
Wong. Oh, Wong, you have so much potential, yet you haven't shown anything. You let the Hong Kong Sanctum fall. Didn't help at all when Doctor Strange reversed time. Then in Infinity War, you just unleashed one spell before being taken down by Ebony Maw. You're a master of the mystic arts. You should easily be top 10, but you just don't have the feats to back it up. Implied power can only take you so far at the end of the day. Quicksilver. Quicksilver is definitely the fastest hero in the MCU. But even with that speed, he's not actually the
I make the best times better.
smartest fighter. After all, he tries to grab Mjolnir and ends up taking himself out of the fight. And Quicksilver's punches actually don't pack a ton of power behind them. Like he wasn't able to take out Captain America, and he wasn't even able to take out Hawkeye. Then he's also not fast enough to dodge a bullet. So how powerful can this speedster really be? Spider-Man. If this list came out a few movies from now, Spider-Man would be a whole lot higher. But Peter's still young and inexperienced, and that holds him back. He's powerful enough to take down Falcon and Winter Soldier, and attacks on Thanos, and even almost get the Infinity Gauntlet off of his hand. And his Iron Spider suit amped his power even more, giving him 4 additional limbs as well. Plus, Peter's actually quite the strategist, as he was the one that came up with the plan for both and Ebony Maw. But if he's going up against a more experienced Spider, that's where Spider-Man's youth and an experience actually ends up.
Thanks. Well, I could have stuck landing a little better. It's just, wait, it's nothing. Just start. It's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't really need to start a conversation.
Okay. Big fan.
Good job.
Captain America. Captain America is the most unexpected feat. This man is something else altogether. Steve has been able to take down massive groups of men all by himself. Keep fighting even in the sunshine. lift a 10-ton steel beam, fight by himself against Ultron, defeat Spider-Man, defeat Iron Man, held down against both Black Panther and War Machine, and held back Thanos' arm. And he held back Thanos all using his own brute strength. It's up for debate for how hard Thanos was actually trying at that moment, but the way I see it, there really is no reason that the Mad Titan would be holding it back at all, considering he wasn't on the mission to get the Mind Stone, but the world was destroyed, and all these people were in his way. Plus, even all that aside, I still hold that Captain America is the best fighter in the MCU. I almost wanted to put him higher on this list, but looking at everyone who was ahead, I just couldn't justify it.
Stay down. Fire.
I could do this all day. Black Panther. Now, T'Challa is essentially a super soldier, just like Cap, but his abilities come from magic instead of science. But even though they're both super soldiers, I would say that Steve is physically superior, simply because we've seen him display greater strength and durability. Cap is also a better fighter, since with T'Challa the heart-shaped herb stripped away, he lost to Killmonger and was almost defeated by M'Baku. For having been trained to be a warrior since birth, it looks like he never relied on the heart-shaped herb in his tech. It's the Wakandan tech that puts him above Cap at the end of the day. His suit is pretty much anti-perishable, and also absorbs kinetic energy to unleash his attacks, and his ability claws are able to cut through almost anything. That tech is what helps to secure him this far and put him over Steve.
I never yielded! And as you can see, I am not dead!
Groot. Starting at the top is Groot. Groot is the counsel for the Guardians. Whether you know of control his body can create defenses and shields, stretches land to pierce their opponents, and just straight up overpower people. Plus, Groot could be classified as immortal, since when he died in Guardians, a new baby Groot grew in the Groot branch. Valkyrie. Number 9 is going to be Valkyrie. She's a member of the Valkyrie and is quite the skilled fighter. As we saw her defeat Loki in combat, she was one of the only ones that was able to battle with Hela, the goddess of death, and survive. Plus, she has Guardian and is very strong, as she was able to rip off spaceships, not in the whole while they were playing. However, what holds Valkyrie back is that she's limited to the ground and doesn't have any ranged weapons, being forced to battle, which is close combat. War Machine. Now, I've seen War Machine being ranked as low as middle of the pack on a list like this, and that is just so unfair to Rhodey. If War Machine fights in the air and keeps a safe distance from his opponents, will be using a force to be reckoned with. He didn't have the best display up close against Captain America in Civil War, but you can't really hold that against him, since Cap went on to take out Iron Man up close later on in the movie, and he was kicking ass up close in Iron Man 2. Overall, War Machine is underrated badass.
Yes! Now this is gonna be a good story.
Yep. If you live to tell it. You think I can't hold my own? We get through this, I'll hold your own. You had to make it weird.
Ant-Man. Speaking of underrated badasses, here's one of the most powerful heroes in the MCU that no one is really talking about. Ant-Man. Not only can he shrink down to the size of ants and even smaller, but he still remains the same mass, meaning his punches can have the same force as a bullet. He can launch incredible snake attacks, dismantle someone's technology or weapons, and create anything around him into a weapon using his throwing discs. But what makes him really so powerful is his ability to turn into Giant Man. As Giant Man, he is 60 feet tall, rip the wings off the airplane, throw buses around, take attacks like the Giant. Even if he is a bit slow, it took the combined might of Iron Man, Spider-Man, and War Machine to take him down.
can't see me.
I can see you.
He can see me.
Hi. I'm Scott.
That was so cool. I was gonna get the final kill, bro. That would have been lit.
But it was really Age of Ultron and Civil War that cemented its place as a powerhouse in the MCU. For starters, he's able to manipulate his destiny from where he's extremely tough to where he can phase right third person. He can also partially phase through an object and disrupt it from the inside. Plus, Vision also has a freaking Infinity Stone in his forehead, which he can use to fire a powerful blast of energy that's all part of Iron Man's Repulsor Blast and Thor's Lightning. And oh yeah, he's really wielding Mjolnir. Can't leave that part out.
Maybe I am a monster. So there may be no way for you to trust me. But we need to go.
Hulk. Now we got the Green Alliance, the Hulk. He's definitely the strongest hero in the MCU, as he's physically overpowered Thor on several different occasions, and is really unstoppable except by few. He's smashed Loki, defeated the Abomination, brought down a Leviathan with one punch, battled against Thor, and battled against the Hulkbuster, which was specifically designed by Tony and Bruce in order to stop the Hulk. Hulk was also the Grandmaster's champion for over 2 years, which should imply that he won and killed a lot of dangerous opponents. However, Hulk was trashed by Thanos, so the big guy does have his limits. But it's not just the Hulk, but also Bruce Banner that takes him to the spot. The brains and the brawn. Bruce has got 7 PhDs, is one of the smartest men on the planet, and has actually proven that he can hold his own in a fight. Like in an Infinity War, it was Bruce in the Hulkbuster suit who defeated Black Thor, one of Thanos' children, that was even giving Iron Man in his bleeding edge armor a hard time. Iron Man. Tony Stark, even without the suit, is a force to be reckoned with. But it's the fact that he's a suit made for every single occasion that puts him so high on this list. In just his regular suit, he's been able to battle on equal footing with Thor, destroy Leviathan, and he started out battling against the Chitauri army all by himself. He's also able to control his suit with his mind, unleash an army of suits which he can all control with the help of his AI pals, and has more versatility and range of weapons than almost any other hero out there. He has won the battle against Ultron, and then in the Hulkbuster suit, Tony is the only hero on this list who has been able to successfully defeat Hulk, even though Thor technically would have. Then with his bleeding edge suit, well, man, oh man, that's just something else entirely. Tony can instantly summon his armor at will, and create any weapon that he can imagine, even stuff like swords or giant hammers. With this suit, he was even able to make Thanos the Mad Titan. Remember, Thanos had trashed Hulk earlier in the year.
Raise this now. Just something. That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. How much fury do you feel?
Sure.
Scarlet Witch. Wanda is incredibly powerful, and she really received a massive power upgrade in Infinity War. Like in Age of Ultron, we just saw her destroying Ultron bots like everybody else, with the most impressive thing being ripping out Ultron's heart. Then in Civil War, she was flinging everyone around, which was cool, but really the best thing she did was pushing Vision into the ground or launching all the cars at Stark. Well, then comes Infinity War, and she's just on a whole other level. She's literally picking up and throwing down these massive spinning wheels of death, and moving multiple of them at the same time. Plus, Wanda can manipulate an opponent's mind, like she did with Black Widow, Captain America, and Thor. However, What's really holding Scarlet Witch back from making the number 2, or even number 1 spot, is the fact that she can't hang at close range, like Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight were beating her in Vision, until Cap, Falcon, and Widow stepped in to save the day, all of whom ranked lower on this list than the two of them. Then in the Battle of Wakanda, Wanda was about to get killed with Proxima Midnight, until Black Widow and Okoye stepped in to save the day. Doctor Strange seemed pretty the number 2 spot, and man is it well deserved. Strange has the potential to do practically anything just by casting the right spell, because he really doesn't have a limit. Like, Strange was able to successfully battle against Thanos with 4 Infinity Stones, all by himself, and he's better than most everyone else combined. What really makes Doctor Strange such a great sorceress of dreams and powerful hero is his creativity and ingenuity. This is why he's able to take down powerful threats, even threats that might be more powerful than him. We thought of the idea of using defibrillators to defeat another sorcerer in the astral plane, and then of course we all know about the legendary Dormammu scene. Dormammu! But just think about the scene and how clever it was. Dormammu is another threat, and honestly, there was no way that Strange and Mordo were going to overpower him. This was the only way to defeat him, and Dr. Strange was able to come up with it on the fly and save the day.
How long have you been at the White House? Doctor. Doctor. It's Strange. Maybe. Who am I to judge?
Thor. Finally, they got Thor. Now, in the earlier years of the MCU, I'll be the first to admit it, Thor was a bit weak. He didn't have his powers for most of the first movie, and wasn't able to take down Iron Man, and was kicked around by the Hulk and Avengers. Didn't do anything insanely impressive in Thor 2, and was defeated by the Curse. And then he didn't have that great of a showing against Ultron, especially since Iron Man and Captain America were able to hold their own at least in their one-on-one encounters. But then came Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Infinity War. Losing Mjolnir might have been one of the best things to ever happen to him, because he learned not to be as dependent on that hammer, and that his true power came within. And because of that, he was a ton more powerful. Then in Infinity War, he did go about crafting himself a so this time he was a Stormbreaker. Or as Thor put it, the Thanos killing kind of weapon. Not only can he now summon the Bifrost at will, but Thor very nearly killed Thanos. And Thanos, even with the full might of the Infinity Gauntlet, couldn't stop Stormbreaker. In fact, if Thor had aimed for the head, then Thanos would be dead for sure. And looking at it like that, it's clear that Thor is in fact the most powerful Avenger and the most powerful hero in the MCU.
Go ahead. Stay here. Stay here. Lunatic. Drinking. Keep hiding. Me. I choose to run. That's it.
But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your list. Sign off in the comments. Subscribe button for more videos.
Oh boy, it's been a while. I don't do these chronological order videos that often, since I need like a full series of films to close. But now that Logan has been released and the fate of the next X-Men film is a bit unsure, I thought might as well do an updated version of my X-Men timeline. Now, fair warning, this contains spoilers from all the X-Men, confusing at points, and there might be a few little plot holes, because, well, plenty of plot holes. And C, I'm not including Deadpool in this because it doesn't really make sense at all. Which, as we get more and more into this, might sound like a joke, but I'm warning you, no Deadpool. Alright, with all that said, let's dive in. So our story begins at some unspecified point before 3600 BC, when the first mutant in the world gets the nickname Apocalypse. He's got some pretty vague powers, but basically he's extremely, extremely powerful. And over the centuries, millennia, he's passed on his power from body to body, and his current body gets too old to run this Apocalypse. He's responsible for many phenomena of the human race. The main one we see is that at some point in time in ancient Egypt, he helps construct the pyramids, and the ancient Egyptians worship him. However, in 3600 BC, during his latest transference of power to a new body, a few of his worshippers betray him and try to murder him. His 4 horsemen, basically his 4 glorified bodyguards, manage to save his life, but at the cost of complete traveling a ton of rock and time. And now you can keep it. Let's fast forward now just a bit, and thousands and thousands of years to 1800. A young boy called James Howlett is hanging out with his friend Victor. Victor's dad killed James's dad. Due to the trauma of the situation, James goes through puberty, I guess, and both falls proud of his uncles. He uses these to kill Victor's dad, which is revealed to be his dad. After all this drama, James is and since their mutations also immortal, they live throughout the years. They fight together in the Civil War and in World War II. Along the way, James also drops Logan and will eventually die. Then, a few years later, World War II starts, and so does one mutant, Eric Lencher, is being dragged away from his family at Auschwitz when his mutant powers of metal manipulation start to manifest, and he bends a metal gate before being knocked out. And who happens to be watching him but super powerful mutant Kevin Bacon, whose name in the series is Sebastian Shaw, but who I will refer to as Kevin Bacon. He tries to get Eric to use his powers again, but it doesn't work, so he shoots Eric's mom, and voila, problem solved. At the same time as this happening, in Westchester, a young boy with telepathic mutant powers called Charles Xavier catches a young mutant who transforms into people called Raven, trying to steal the house. Let him call the police know that Charles is speaking. Meanwhile, Logan, Victor, are still up by and he's there just in time. He saves some random guy's life, and Yoshida gives Logan a sword as a sign of appreciation. Now, over the next several years, Mystique lives with her new best friend, Charles, and she grows up basically as a sister in his huge mansion. All the while, across the ocean, Eric's captain is tortured by Kevin Bacon for many years until he manages to escape and goes out into the world, eventually starting a revenge plan to kill him. Also, this might seem a bit random, but while going around the globe in his revenge plot, Eric meets a nice woman, gets her pregnant, and the kid that woman has is a professor called Quicksilver, who at one point later in time crosses paths with Wolverine. More on him later. Now, around the year 1960, a scientist called Oliver Trask, who has a bit of an obsession with evolution, discovers the X gene, basically the mutant gene, while doing research. And he predicts that if mutants exist, it's only a matter of time before humans go extinct. So he's trying to find a way to control mutants. He also gets a personal bodyguard, William Stryker, who you'll find seems to A, pop up a lot in the story, and B, really doesn't like mutants. Like, at all. But we'll let them sit for a while, because now things get interesting. Eric's revenge hunting schemes have almost led him to Kevin Bacon, who's gotten a team of mutants of his own at this point, including mutants like Emma Frost and Azazel. The CIA agent, Moira McTaggart, accidentally discovers this and goes to Charles Xavier, who at this point is a leading mind in mutations. He comes with her to the CIA to help solve the case of these crazy powers one never saw. And thanks to a little demonstration by Mystique, the CIA soon start believing and helping them. They locate Kevin Bacon, unfortunately, at right about the same time that Eric does. And before Eric can really revenge it up, the CIA interrupts, and in the mess that follows, Kevin Bacon escapes. However, Eric now joins up with Charles, Mystique, Moira, and another mutant scientist called Hank McCoy to work together for a common goal. However, to take down Kevin Bacon from doing whatever evil stuff he's doing, probably something to do with the nuclear war between America and Russia, these four need a little help. So Charles uses a mutant finding machine called Cerebro to find a mutant store. These mutants include a stripper, a cab driver, an army prisoner, a guy who screamed,
What, we some kind of suicide squad?
They also try to recruit Wolverine.
Nobody goes up like that. Who actually does this? No. Trash. Get trash. Trash. Get trash. What